Hello, this is a demo for Monero Multisig graphical user interface. We are going to create some new Monero Multisig wallets and Monero Multisig transfers. The setup that we're going to use is a typical buyer, marketplace, and seller, where they create a new Multisig wallet that needs at least 2 signatures to approve transactions. We're going to start by logging into the profile of the buyer. And what we see here is the account management page where we can set up the daemon that we're going to use for our transfers. In this case, it's going to be the local daemon or a local Monero node. So nothing to change here. If we go to onion identities, we can see that we are already connected to the Tor network. And when this happens for the first time, we get a new onion identity generated for this user. This onion identity is really important because this is what we need to give to the other users so that we can create new Monero Multisig wallets. I already went ahead and created 2 extra profiles, one for the marketplace and another one for the seller. We can already see that they have their own onion identities generated. And what I already did was I shared these onion identities with the other user profiles by basically adding them to the address book. So we can already see here, peer address book, where we have marketplace, seller, same thing for the other user profiles. This makes it easy so that we don't have to copy and paste onion identities all the time. Now, to generate a new Monero wallet, Multisig wallet is very simple. Everyone just goes to wallets, new wallet, create Multisig wallet. Let's do that for everybody. And now all users need to agree on a unique reference for the new wallet. It can be anything as long as it's common. So let's see, I don't know, bacon 123. And now wallet name, this does not have to be common because it's a local wallet name, so it can be anything. And now here, your onion identity. Right now, every user just has one onion identity, so it's the one by default. But it's possible in the future to have multiple onion identities, and you can just choose which one you want to use to essentially create new wallets and communicate with other peers. So we just add now the participants that are going to be part of this new wallet. So in this case, it's going to be the marketplace and the seller. And we leave the threshold as 2. We make exactly the same setup for the other peers. So make sure that we use the same reference and set up the peers, buyer and seller. And once again for the seller. And now we just say start Multisig setup. So this should take some seconds, usually less than a minute. So just wait for the process to run. And there you go. We have a new Monero Multisig wallet generated with 3 peers. And as you can see, they all have the same main address and everyone has their own individual seat. You can find the new wallet under wallets. And you can connect the wallet to the Monero node. If you need to generate QR codes for the addresses, you can come here to receive, generate a QR code, and also generate some sub addresses if you need them with their QR codes. Now, what would usually happen is that the buyer would fund this Monero wallet with some funds in order to progress with the purchase. So let's do that. All right, just send some Monero into this account. Let's refresh. It's already on its way. There we go. So I will just wait for 10 confirmations and then we'll move to make a Monero Multisig transfer. Okay, we have at least 10 confirmations in our transfer, so we can do a new Multisig transfer. What would happen now is that the seller would send the goods to the buyer and the buyer would confirm to the marketplace that everything's okay with the order and instruct the marketplace to make the payment to the seller. So that's what we're gonna do right now. So we just make new transfer. We are going to make a transfer with two destinations with the payment for the seller and also a fee for the marketplace. So a hypothetical 5% fee. Given that we want to use the entire balance in the Multisig wallet, we need to instruct the app to deduct the fee from the transfer amounts. And we can also decide which destination amount is going to be deducted the transfer fee. We need now to select who's going to sign the transfer. So it's going to be the marketplace and also the seller. And now what's going to happen is that once we start the transfer, the app of the marketplace is going to request some additional information from the wallet of the seller so that it can generate the Multisig transfer and then submit the transfer to the seller. So we'll do that now. Start transfer. Collecting Multisig information. It has already received that from the seller. This can be quite quick. And now we can essentially just review the transfer details and approve. We had the option not to do this step, to skip entirely, and essentially as soon as we get the transfer, the Multisig information from the seller, generate the transfer and submit immediately to the seller. And there is a small risk that we might get a very large fee, but in any case there is a safeguard in the background that stops us from signing and submitting transfers automatically if the fee is too large, above 0.5% of the transfer amount. In this case, we just review and we submit to the next peer to sign. And now what is happening here in the app of the marketplace is basically we get a new transfer tracker where we essentially ping the seller for the status of the transfer that we just submitted. If we go to the app of the seller, we already see here a new transfer being proposed. We can just open it and we can inspect it if we are happy with all the details from the fee, destination amounts, and we can already see who has already signed the transfer. So in this case it was the marketplace, and who's next on the line, that's us. If we are happy, we just approve and broadcast the transfer, and that's it. We can already see here in the app of the marketplace that we can see that the transfer has been approved and broadcast to the network with the transfer ID. You can also see here all the details on the seller side. Now, because it was the wallet of the seller to broadcast the transfer, we can already see the transfer here with 0 confirmations. For the other users, it will take a little bit of time in order for us to see the new transfer, which is basically going to be displayed here once it has at least 1 confirmation. And then the wallet is going to be essentially updated, including the balance. And that's it. This was a very short summary, under 10 minutes. There are other videos that cover other features of this app where you can see smaller details and smaller nuances of various flows that we can do with this app. But right now, this is the bare essential that you can do with this app. You can generate Multisig wallets and transfer very easily, as you just saw. Thank you very much.